Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play HOI4 by Blood Alone in Ethiopia. Let's continue on from where we last left off. So Czechoslovakia surrendered the Sudetenland. I'm not too sure how well Germany's going to do this run. Primarily to the fact that I think they'll have like literally no allies. I mean, they can probably annex Austria. I don't know, I don't know about anybody else though. So yeah, they can have fun doing that. Currently, we are getting some development going because we do need some more industry. Our industry sucks. It's terrible. And I would like it to be less bad. By the way, traditional warfare. Do we still have that modifier? I don't think so. No, we do, actually. But I wonder, I mean, would these effects have stayed? No, it's a 90-day bonus. Okay. We got Lessons of War, Modified Traditional Warfare. So, because we beat the war too quickly, can I no longer get these bonuses? Is our military just permanently worse because we kicked Italy's ass too well? Possibly, yes. I do want... do we want to get this casus belli against Saudi Arabia? I mean, it's such a strange casus belli to have. I mean, how many units do you guys actually have? 5 to 12? You have one port. Do I actually have any boats? No, because we were landlocked this entire time. I don't even think I have a naval dockyard. So I guess we probably want to at least have one naval dockyard first. Or I mean, maybe for the first time in our entire lives, maybe we want to get ourselves the naval base in Somaliland. For the first time ever, we might go for a naval focus. How long will that take? 35 days. You're 70 days. But it gives us two dockyards. We can purchase ships okay, we can maybe try to buy some old ships. We can then get a naval invasion of Saudi Arabia, which still, I don't know, like, why Saudi Arabia? And you can only do Saudi Arabia if you go down the communist path. As far as I can tell. I mean, because what are you? Lost decisions, increased distance on the Arabian Peninsula. Yeah, so you're just Saudi Arabia, and you're against everybody in Arabia, I guess. Reclaim the empire. African unity. Shortage supplies in Afar. I mean, more 150 political power loss. I mean, what are we right now? I mean, currently it's stable. What do we actually get for going either more anarchist or more communist? I actually didn't even look at these modifiers. Maximum control power increase multiplier 5%, but everything kind of gets worse. Modifiers. I mean, I guess you're more attack, defense, and speed. And you are more attack, more food population. You're slower. But I mean, no, I think we want the communist support. Political power gain, consumer goods minus 10%. You actually cost us even more. Yeah, so let's go 5% in favor of the communist. I don't like doing either of these because I don't want to spend my political power on this kind of garbage, but we don't really have a choice in the matter. I mean, is there anyone here we could actually attack reasonably? I mean, no, the only people we border right now are the British and the French. And going to war with either the British or the French probably is not in our best interest. We do know that the UK, I think that they are going to go communist. Potentially, because, I mean, they're succeeding a lot of power to the trade union. Which I think is how they go down their communist path. Which I think leads them to decolonize. But I don't know if they're actually independent countries. Or if they are, like, satellite states. I guess we'll find out eventually. Is there anything else we can actually produce here? We can get some early fighters. I don't really think that's going to be worthwhile. We don't have artillery, but we actually have anti-aircraft guns, which is a little surprising to me. But we need more rifles. We're missing 2,000. We're getting 20 per day, so the shortage shouldn't last too long. Be 125 days, so about, what is that, 4 months? Yeah. So it's not terrible. Yes, let's not invade anybody quite yet. For I would hopefully are understandable reasons. Do we actually have trains? We have 7. We actually have 26 trucks as well. Which is definitely not terrible. Yeah, so he gives 2 civilian factories. Fantastic. We could get 2 more civilian factories. For 70 days, though. State bank. Production speed, research speed. Let's at least get our basic military focus here done. Because what do? Lock the decision to invite independent African countries, the Organization of African Unity, 100 for the political power. Add Organization of African Unity member. We get a little event. And then you lock the decision to integrate executive council members into the African Union. Formation of the African Union. 100 political power. And then we just get to be known as the African Union. Is there any actual... I mean, Liberia's independent. South Africa is technically independent, but let's be reasonable, it's not really. I mean, no, it's not independent, it's a British Dominion. I think Liberia is the only independent country right now in Africa, if I'm not mistaken. Is annexing the Sudetenland before or after Austria? I thought it was after annexing Austria. Yeah, Anschluss is before Sudetenland. Did they just not annex Austria? Did they back down against annexing Austria? Strange, but okay. With the war behind us, we have now a chance to finish the creation of our military academy. First class of cadets can help our nation win future wars, and ensure that we make the best possible use of our experience from fighting the Italians. Infantry attack, defense. I mean, I think we want to go for attack. The more attack, the better. So, again, we can either go for... I mean, airbase is kind of ass. Trait variance is not that great. Scavenging tactics. Volunteer only. I mean, what are the shitsets? 0.5% root population, construction speed, factory output, dockyard output. Automatically increases penalties and manpower reserves when at war. Well, we're not going to be going to war quite yet. What else we got? We got, actually, I mean, you were way better than doing the industry tax. That's 4 civilian, 4 military. Yeah, so we only need to get one of you, though. We get railway, or we get civilian construction speed. I mean, we get both eventually. You know, let's go for... And supply hubs. Let's actually go for laying the tracks. We'll follow that up with getting 4 civilian factories, 4 military factories. It'll be a nice... Actually, it's going to be a 50% increase in... Actually, no, because it's 4 and 4. It's actually a 100% increase in our economic ability to build shit, which I think will be nice. I do think at some point we would like to join up with the Comintern. Maybe if Italy makes their own faction as well, maybe we want to join them, which would be kind of like a funny twist of fate. What are the British doing right now? Follow Moscow. Remove... Okay, so they're still in the Allies. So they haven't done either of these. We know that for sure. Concession of trade union. Decolonization not achieved within 2 years. The communists. A civil war will start. At peace, he's refused to abdicate. Or no, not that he's refused to abdicate. I think they did do this though. So I don't know where they are in their path. I guess they reinforce the empire. I think they probably did revisit. Yugoslavian aircraft purchase, mandatory union days. Where is that in this focus? Is it you? Pick up union days. That's coerce Spain. Not quite what I wanted. Is it you? That influenced China. Okay, you know what? We'll figure that out at a later date. We don't need to know right now. all I need is for the British to hopefully... I mean, yeah, they're definitely going to go to the CPGB. Which is nice for us. Also, the fog of war is still on. Let me just turn that off quickly. Okay, Soviet Civil War. Not a... I'm kind of surprised. I really thought by 38 you would have avoided it. So it looks like Bukharan has started the Civil War basically down here in Central Asia. Maybe some of the worst looking borders we've ever seen. The United States has pursued an interventionist policy. They've had a couple of uprisings, but I can't imagine the SSSR lasting too long, but I mean, we'll see. When we had our, remember for the Italian campaign, which I guess if you're watching it's on YouTube, you haven't seen. But there was a... It took a while for them to beat the rebelling state. So we'll see if the Soviets can actually deal with that in time. I mean, technically the SSSR has more... could have more divisions than the rest of the Soviet Union combined. Which is a little strange, but, you know, who am I to judge? Let's see, what else are you guys going to do? Are you going to annex all of Czechoslovakia, or are you just going to kind of hang out like this? With possibly some of the worst-looking German borders I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, can modify our government. Construction speed? No, because we don't have any of you. We can get, like, the worst option, which I prefer not to do. Specialists. Cannot have you. Do we have nobody better than specialist? When hired, they go... Okay, so you're a anarchist. Do you have anybody here? No. The imprisoned emperor, he's not imprisoned. Well, it's too late for that. Frenchment. Do we have any good focuses or any good choices here? Motorization. No, you're terrible. Invest in the west, invest in the north. Genuinely, none of you are actually very good. Yeah, no, you're all garbage. Do we have anything we can spend our political power on in this? Not yet. I mean, what about you? Weekly stability factor. You know what? Our factory output's already garbage. There we go. Give me some more stability. Follow that up with heavy industry. Get our civilian factories. Then we'll get our military factories. And then, you know, we can start making things a little bit better. Okay, crew machine tools, fantastic. How do we have naval invasion tech? My gut is saying we definitely don't. Where is naval invasion tech? Is it in here? Naval support? It is. I did not even realize that these were in 2 separate slots anymore. Yeah, no, give me transport ships. I know we only have 2 research slots right now, but we do need it. If we want to invade, apparently, Saudi Arabia at some point, we do need our naval invasion tech. We have, like, no steel. Can I actually import steel now? It'll be my only factory. How long is this going to take? Until 1944? Okay, so I'm going to say it doesn't really matter if we're importing anything or not. So give me 1 steel for the Soviet Union so we can make our rifles more efficiently. And hopefully you guys will do okay. I mean, France is also 63% communist. They have an election in May of 1940. Wait, are you also, like, are you, all of you going to go communist? I mean, France, UK, Italy, Hungary's communist as well. I think the fascists are going to win in Spain. Why do you also have war with Portugal? Why is Portugal in this war? Why is the Spanish commune at war with the communist Portuguese? I don't know, to be quite honest with you. Everyone's just kind of at war with themselves. Hey, there you go. You finally Anschluss Austria. Makes those borders look a little bit less complete ass. Economic boom. What do we want? I mean, we want either political power, 2% stability, max factory and state plus 5%. Garbage. Just not worth even considering. What other policies do we have? You 23% fascist, 31% non-aligned. We could how much anti-fascist raid stability? You get 0.7% stability per 120 days. I'm gonna actually pull up my calculator, see if that's actually worth it. 120 days is 17 weeks, so 17 times 0.7, which is, so it's negative 10% stability now, but in the end we'll have 12% stability, so it is worth it a little bit. I guess we could have also done instant press censorship, but we can do that later. And then after that, we could, I guess, ban the fascist party. Why was China liberated? Wait, what's going on here? The British Roz was liberated. Angola, Mozambique were liberated. Portugal took 1 state. Spanish Commune took 2 states. Spanish Directory took 1 state. Portugal took 1 state. Spanish Portugal is puppeted. Spanish Portugal is puppeted. Sure, man. You do you. So I guess now there's more independent African states. And apparently there's now 2 separate Spanish Portugals as well as the normal Portugal. You know what? Maybe the new peace conference system was a mistake. Maybe somebody somewhere has made some sort of issue. 147 points here. 5% stability for 15 trains. Not worth it, to be quite honest. What are you doing, heavy industry? Ban a railway. None of you seem very good, to be honest. Entrenchment. Unfortunately, we can't do our infantry expert or infantry specialist. Let's just go for entrenchment. Just so we can at least spend our political power on something. Yeah, then we go for maybe we want to start getting our Organization of African Unity now, while there's more independent African states. But the thing is, they're not communists, so I don't know if that'll dissuade them from joining our side at some point. Okay, it seems the Italians have gained quite a lot of respect for our force capabilities during the war. You know what? Sure. Let's strengthen ties with the Italians. Kind of funny. Yes, we have a non-aggression pact. We're guaranteeing each other's independence. Yeah, I mean, are you creating... You might be creating your own faction, then. Is anybody else, like, almost communist? I don't know. I mean, Britain, France, and Italy are all going to go communist. I mean, Canada has a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Most South American countries, I don't think, have a focus tree, so I don't think they can actually do anything there. Okay. So, again, it's a little strange, but we're not going to worry about it too much. Construction speed's kind of garbage. You know, give me the 39 industry tech. I think that seems okay. Right now we're at 5%. We're still at political equilibrium. Which, I mean, isn't so bad. Like, I'm not complaining about having no... I mean, we're not getting any bonuses. We're also not getting any negative modifiers either. Because what are the negative modifiers for going towards the communist? It is max factory state, who cares? I mean, our units are a little bit slower and their defense is a little bit worse, but... That's not so bad. Also, do we have guns now? Hey, we have guns now. You're kind of garbage. You're also garbage. You're all very bad. Can I make you... You cost 5 points each. We should have enough for this. Let's make these guys into 18 combat with. Save that first. Because now we're already down rifles. We're not going to be down manpower, I believe. What's your most efficient unit here? Right now it's you. Do I not have a cavalry division? Replace you with cavalry. Remove you guys here. Save 65 points. I always forget how expensive these things are when I don't have my mods installed. I guess we could... Can I duplicate you guys? No. I guess I could duplicate these. Like, duplicate and then switch you over to being cavalry. It costs 40 fucking points. But sure, you know what? Save that copy. I hate it, but... Yeah, you are slightly cheaper on both manpower and equipment. So we'll I will still switch you over, even though I do not like it at all. I think those units kind of suck. Presidential elections came in. It's getting a large majority of Indians getting their vote to the pro. I guess that's a pro-independence party. Maybe? I don't really know. Okay, Spanish Directory is still doing very, very well for themselves. They should end up winning and taking over all of Spain, if I had to take a guess. Like, that just seems likely here. Did Bulgaria also... Bulgaria's also gone communist. We got 1, 2, 3. I'm assuming 4 and 5. I mean, of course, we still got the Soviet Union over here. Anybody else? Like, I don't know... Apparently, that's these Indies are also pretty communist. British Malaysia is also somehow pretty communist. It's a whole weird shenanigans from one side of the world to the other. But soon you'll be ready to go, and then hopefully Mozambique and Angola and Liberia as well. If all three of you want to agree to an alliance, I would be quite happy with it. You know, I think it'd be nice. You can't support Spain because you have to do peace negotiations. You can only do if you go down, call out to the world. Liberate you. Cannot do that because it requires France to be split in half. 4 military factions. I mean, that would be nice for us. Okay. Organization of African Unity. Is that a faction? It's not. Okay. You're your own little separate thing in here. Mutual defense, 10% defense for all members. Bank members. I mean, is anybody going to agree to join my organization? I would like them to. Don't get me wrong. Let's get presidentships and get even more support for our party, because right now it's going up by 0.01. If anything, actually, the non-aligned are getting more benefits out of this. Because the fascists are losing support. The non-aligned are actually getting more support out of it, which is not really what I wanted. Guinea-Bissau. I mean, you're communist. I'm gonna invite everybody into the thing. I'm hoping they will say yes. Okay, so there's 4 independent countries right now in Africa. Okay, Guinea-Bissau joined the organization. Mozambique said no. Angola said no. Liberia, I'm assuming, is also gonna say no. Intimidate their leadership. Leadership of the intimidated country will be more likely to accept integration proposals for 60 days. So we can keep inviting them into the future. They did both. I'm guessing because you're not communist. I mean, Guinea-Bissau is communist. But you are now a Organization of African Unity member. Which... Well, I mean, you get 10% more defense. I mean, that's okay. So right now we have 2 separate... Would you make a faction with me? I don't think we can make a faction right now. They also wouldn't say yes, which is a little bit of a shame. I hit my microphone. I apologize. But at one point they'll see. Do you make a faction? Formation of African Union. Maybe you don't. I'm not actually too sure. The 4th International. Sweden gains support of the International. Wait, is Sweden communist? I don't know why it specifically noted Sweden in that event, but that's okay. But I think at the beginning of the African, I already forgot, the Organization of African States? I already forgot what it's called. With the beginning of the Organization of African Unity, this seems like a good time for us to end this episode. Thanks to everybody for watching. My name is If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Not enjoying, click thumbs down. If you want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.